electric. Ran up out of luck soon as I upped the highest metric. Super Bowl made a feat, you're diabetic. Mouth you full of deceit. Cowards tell it, walking New Orleans with the edit.
Alright, before we even get into it, let's make one thing clear. This ain't about tearing anybody down. Kendrick Lamar is one of the most gifted, respected, and impactful artists in hip-hop history. His lyricism, his storytelling, and his artistry have cemented his place among the greats. This is not about discrediting Kendrick, but hip-hop has always been about competition. It's about who runs the game, who holds the crown, and who shapes the culture in ways no one else can. And if we're being 100% real, there's only one artist who has consistently dominated the charts, dictated the sound of an entire generation, and built an empire that stretches far beyond music. That artist is Drake. And what happened at the Super Bowl? That wasn't just about music. That was about power, control, and the industry's attempt to rewrite history. Nah, for real. We gotta chop it up about what really went down at the Super Bowl. The shady moves, the hidden agendas, the industry politics. Man, they straight up robbed us of what could have been a legendary halftime show. And at the center of all this, a clear-as-day attempt to push Drake out of the picture, like he ain't been the backbone of the game for over a decade. This wasn't just a mid-performance. This wasn't just some off-stage setup. Nah, this was deeper. A whole orchestrated play to gas up a chosen one while acting like Drake ain't still the top dog. The setup, industry games in motion. Peep game. Leading up to the show, you had the media foaming at the mouth, hyping up Kendrick's artistic vision and his deep message. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but where was the love for Drizzy? Where was the respect for the man who bent the whole sound of hip-hop to his will? Oh, that's right, conveniently ghosted from the convo. The halftime show made us break it down. That stage? Cold, empty, dead. It looked like a damn prison yard. Straight up had the energy of a college lecture instead of a halftime show. And the dancers, moving like robots, no soul, no sauce, no real energy. Just stiff, calculated steps, like they was performing for a museum crowd instead of millions of real ones around the world. Compare that to Drake's shows. Bruh brings the building down, turns arenas into straight mosh pits of energy. Where was that at the Super Bowl? Oh right, they made sure we ain't get that. The music, no bangers, just vibes, and not the good kind. Let's keep it a buck, those songs weren't it. They weren't Super Bowl material. They weren't anthems, they weren't hype, they weren't bangers. The beats? Mid. The lyrics? Preachy. The vibe? Flat. Drake's music? Timeless. His songs define moments. They fuel ambition. They make you want to stunt on your haters and celebrate at the same time. Where was that energy? Buried under a bunch of self-righteous storytelling and forced deep moments. The real play. They tried to hijack hip-hop. This wasn't about celebrating hip-hop. This was a takeover attempt. A power move by the industry to rebrand the game, to rewrite the story without Drake in it. They threw out the same old community, black excellence, but when it's delivered like a corporate speech, it don't hit right. Drake been doing all that. He don't need to preach. He lives it. He's been giving back, putting people on, breaking barriers for years, and he does it without making it a PR stunt. The truth, they scared of Drake's power. Let's cut through the noise. This wasn't just a bad Super Bowl show. This was a hit job on Drake's legacy. A whole chess move to push the narrative that he's falling off. Like he ain't still dominating every lane he steps in. They trying to make you believe Drake is washed, that he's been replaced by younger, more relevant artists. They want you to believe Kendrick's performance was a revolutionary moment, when really, it was just mid with a good PR push. Don't fall for it. They lying, they spinning the story, they trying to rewrite history in real time. The resistance, we ain't going for it. Here's the reality. Drake ain't going nowhere. He's still running this rap game. He's still the blueprint for what success in hip-hop looks like. And the industry hates that they can't control him. Drake built his empire on his own terms, without cosigns, without gatekeepers, without bending to the industry's rules. And that's why they're trying so hard to push him out. But guess what? It ain't gonna work. The call to action, a movement for the real ones. They can throw shade, they can rewrite headlines, they can gas up whoever they want, but the real fans, the real culture, we know the truth. Drake is the king, period. And the second he wants to remind y'all, it's game over. The world stops. The industry gets humble real quick. So let's be clear. We not falling for the smoke and mirrors. We riding with Drake. We keeping the legacy alive. And we not letting some industry-planned Super Bowl act rewrite history, like we wasn't here to see it all unfold. They can't silence us, they can't control us, and they damn sure can't erase Drake. When it's all said and done, the real ones know what's up. The GOAT is still the GOAT. And when he decides to step back up and claim his spot, oh, it's gonna be different. At the end of the day, hip-hop is bigger than just one performance, one artist, or one moment. But let's not pretend we don't see what's happening. Let's not ignore the way the industry tries to shift narratives, push agendas, and control the culture while acting like it's organic. Drake is more than just a rapper. He's a cultural force, a global icon, and the most dominant artist of this generation. No matter how much they try to act like he's fading, the truth is undeniable. They can't erase the legacy, they can't replace the king. And when Drake decides to remind everyone why he's on top, the world is going to stop and watch.